Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey and this is the 2026 Toyota RAV4, but it ain't just any RAV4. This is the 300 plus horsepower GR Sport version. I'm one of the first ones to drive it, and in this video, I'm going to take you for a spin behind the wheel. Let's go. So yes, before we get in this one, it is supersonic red with black accents. It absolutely looks the part. We get the GR Sport specific grille, allowing lots of air into the powertrain. So what we have here is a plug-in hybrid. If you remember, the prior generation came out with the RAV4 Prime before the Super came back. That RAV4 Prime was the fastest Toyota product you can get. Now here we have over 300 horsepower from this plug-in hybrid electric, so keeping that same formula alive. Let's see, can I open this? Yep, there we go. We do have a CC or a J1772 plug to charge this guy up, but plug-in hybrid, you don't need to plug it in, but you can get some all-electric range. You can see we have the hammerhead grille there between the headlights, or the hammerhead face. We do have LED running lights going down the side here. Very clean, very sinister look with all the gloss black accents. We do have the wing back here on the back as well, just giving a little bit more of presence and stance. You can see the Sport Max Dunlop tires here on this one, so we get extra traction. We get the GR Sport branded brakes with special wheels. All around, a very nice packaging on this one so far. As we peek inside, we get the typical red and black GR treatment. So the suede seating material, you can see the red poking through there, the GR headrest, the GR on the steering wheel as well. You've got the sport pedals coming to the back seat, sitting behind myself in the new RAV4. Plenty of room. They gave a lot of consideration to all passengers in the RAV4. You can see we have, what is this, 15-watt USB-C power. Got air vents, we've got storage all the way around. Very nice, but unfortunately I only have a few minutes with this one, so let's hop behind the wheel and see how it drives. So as we get behind the wheel here, you will see new digital gauge cluster behind the steering wheel, new screen over here as well. This is the second generation of Toyota's multimedia interface system. You can see we're running CarPlay here. I can go ahead and hit this button for full screen if I want, or I can go to the shortcuts over here. We do now have a dedicated home screen, which was a complaint of the last one. You can see we have heated but not ventilated seats in this GR Sport. Dual zone climate control, so you can see we've got a slider, we still have physical buttons, we have a volume knob, so that is nice. We have fan speed here with these on-screen buttons. It is pretty easy to get in and figure out. Single Qi wireless charger here, phone storage here. Hard plastic, it's probably going to make some noise. Hard plastic down here, probably going to make some noise. We have more 15-watt power up here. Drive mode buttons right here, so Eco, Normal, Sport. Yes, we want Sport, so we get that new red gauge cluster, but you can see Trail, Normal, all that fun stuff. We do have a brake hold right here. I do want to go ahead and show you this center console opens either way, or you can remove it, turn it over, it becomes a table, whatever you want to do. So it is multifunctional, just don't lose it. But you have that there. We've got some storage in this very damped glove box. We've got storage up here. But my only complaint is that all of it's hard plastic. So this one is a very early production yet. They won't go on sale until this May. Just something to keep in mind here as we drive this one. But let's go ahead and put it in drive. Go ahead and make sure, yes, we are in sport mode. Interesting, the gauge cluster did not stay red for me. I'm not complaining, just pointing out the situation here. But we are going to go ahead and set off on our morning drive route here just to see exactly what this little GR Sport is truly like. As we get rolling in this one, I do want to say we are in Boerne, Texas, the Texas Hill Country, with the Texas Auto Writers Association. This is our annual auto roundup where we get to test, speed date, if you will, a bunch of the latest new vehicles from many manufacturers. And that is exactly what we get to do here with this one. I've only got it for a few minutes, but in that amount of time, I'm going to take you through historic Boerne, Texas, and show you what it is like living with this one. You can see an outgoing RAV4 right there. Here we've got the new 2026 model that is really highly sought after. So, first impressions from behind the wheel is overall visibility is pretty good. I've got a nice clear view out the rear view mirror behind me. I've got nice mirrors here on both sides of me. So I've got overall great visibility from this one. This being the GR Sport, it is going to ride a little bit firmer. I've already noticed we went over some broken pavement as we first turned onto this road. It is going to ride a little bit firmer. That's part of the reason why you get the GR Sport. They do also have a limited here that I want to get a chance to check out just to see the differences between that one and this one, see how they stack up and compare. But overall, this is an evolution of Toyota. So yes, we do have a new screen here, new design, new layout for the screen behind the steering wheel. We do have a new screen here, new multimedia system running the screen back here. So a lot of new tech in this, but it will feel very familiar to people who have owned Toyota products in the past. So you can see here, I do have my lane keeping button right here on the steering wheel, which I really like. You can see wipers are pretty easy to use. Everything is where you'd expect it to be in what is the best-selling vehicle in its class. Outside of pickup trucks, I do believe RAV4 is the best-selling vehicle in America. So lots to really like here with this one. And so far, so good. Yes, the ride is a little bit firmer, but the seats are comfortable. I've got plenty of room here. I do have power operated seat. I do not have memory settings here on this one, but I do believe that is because we are in the GR Sport. Again, they do have a limited, which is more of the luxury trim that we will get to see and spend some time with here on this quick trip that we have. Keep in mind, I did also put it into sport mode, so that could also lend to some of what I'm experiencing here as well. I do want to remind you, this is an all hybrid system now in all RAV4s, but this is the most potent with the plug-in hybrid, and it really is, it's punchy. I wouldn't say it's 320 plus horsepower punchy, but it'll get out and move on you. You can see very easy to exceed the speed limit, but here just cruising, I'm going to jab the throttle and it is quick to respond. So you've got that EV punchiness from the electric motors. You can see our battery is at 80% right now, but we have 468 miles worth of fuel in this one. This thing really can't go a long way. And oh yeah, it's got over 300 horsepower. So really cool packaging, really cool what they've done here with this one, making it both efficient and fun. GR stands for something in Akio Toyoda's mind, and he wants people to have pure driving fun. He is a car guy after all, and so that's what he wants a GR to stand for. And here, taking this corner with a little bit of speed, yes, maybe avoiding looking down at the speed limit a little bit in this one, but not getting a lot of body roll. Unfortunately, we only have these for a brief amount of time, so I really can't do a whole lot on this, but what I am seeing so far, I am liking. The steering wheel, you've got all your perforations here, nice 10 and 2 grips. I would like a little bit fatter steering wheel, but this feels like every other GR wheel I've got. You can see we do have paddle shifters here back behind the steering wheel. I can put it in manual mode if I want. You can see that changes my gears there. So if I really want to go all out sport mode, I can. I can also force it into EV mode. So if I want to drive to and from work, not using a drop of gasoline, I could. Again, we're at 80% right now. You can also recharge the battery, I believe, by pressing this button. So right now we're on auto, hybrid vehicle mode, EV mode. So right now I'm in EV mode, and unless I just jab the accelerator, it's going to stay running on EV power. So that's all EV power. It never left EV mode. So yeah, pretty peppy here, but we're going to take it out. We're going to put it in auto. There's our gas engine. There it roars to life. So very impressive. It's got enough oomph to it, even in EV mode. Putting the pedal down to the floor, it did not tap that gas engine for any additional power. So quite a potent setup here from both gas and electric side of things, showing that Toyota is really serious about making the most of both. But as we turn onto the road here, we're going to see exactly what it's like when we step on it. Ready, set, and all right. And we got a little bit of wheel slippage, but okay. So going back to the first acceleration run we did, talking about didn't quite feel peppy. I believe I was stuck in EV mode here in this auto, switching between hybrid and EV. It is definitely more peppy and responsive, and you can actually hear that 4-cylinder fire up. So this little run right here is the first time I've actually heard that engine fire up, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, learning with me as I go here, but yes, really so far very impressed here. Do want to spend some time poking through the new tile-based infotainment system here. You can see lots of different screens that we can pan through and go through. You can go to your navigation, your music, your phone, charging, so you can see what my battery status is like, how much range I have on gas alone, on gas and EV. So lots of cool stuff built into this new infotainment system. And there were, again, complaints that the old system didn't have a dedicated home screen. Well, now we do with all these tiles, and you can customize those. So very cool fact that Toyota, not only are they listening to their customers, but they're improving their products as they go. Like that. I love that we keep a volume knob. I love that we keep hard buttons for HVAC controls. We still have the digital buttons there for fan speed. But overall, I feel a ease of usability, getting in, hopping in, being able to go. We are literally jumping from one vehicle to the next here on this trip. So it is really cool just to be able to figure it out on the fly and make it easy to learn a new vehicle. This being, again, one of the best-selling vehicles in the U.S., it is very important that Toyota get it right. And so far, in my short little jaunt around town here in this one, I think they did. If you want to see more from us, hopefully we will get one of these on our home turf when they hit production later this summer. You are going to want to hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified when future videos drop from us. Find us on all social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But yeah, quick jaunt around Bernie, Texas here in this one. I am liking what I am seeing and very anxious to see more from this RAV4. Until next time, gearheads. Bye.